everybody. We're going to do chuck roast today, but we're going to do it two ways. So, first of all, let me show you. We're going to take this chuck roast that I have. Now, I do this because it's just me. My husband's gone 2 months at a time, and he's only home for 3 days. So, he has to come home and have whatever I pick out of the freezer that I've already cooked anyway. So I'm going to take this chuck roast and I'm going to cut it in half. And half is going to go right here in the Instapot. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right here in the Instapot. And then the other half is going to go in a pot on the stove. And the pot on the stove, I'm actually going to make into a pot roast with potatoes and carrots and onions. And in the Instapot, that half is going to be cooked with green chilies. So I'm making taco meat in there. And then my next video, I'm going to make homemade tortillas. So then we'll be able to put our tacos together. But for now, I'm just getting the meat ready. So I'm going to take this part of the chuck roast and put it over here in the Instapot. And I'm going to open these cans of green chilies and put them in there. Now you can add whatever you want in here. This is all I do. I do a little bit of salt and green chilies. Okay. So let's put that can of green chilies in there. And this one. And then you're going to add, about a cup of water, because that roast will make its own juice. I don't need any help, you guys, but thank you. Thank you for offering, Bobo. Oh, and Fernando, he wants to help too. Well, not today, guys. Okay, so let's put the lid on that. Oh, I did want to salt that a little bit. Salt that meat. Not too much, but enough. Anyway, go ahead and put the lid on the Instapot. Make sure it's on seal. Okay, go ahead and pressure cook for 60 minutes. All right, it's ready to rock and roll. And now we're going to take that other half over here. I'll bring you with me. We're going to put it in this pot right here. Get that. Okay. Let me rinse out this pot real quick. Okay. that on there and turn the heat up. I always make that funny expression with my face where I kind of wrinkle up my face like that. I don't mean to, but I have trouble seeing. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of vegetable oil. Yeah. Get that heating up pretty good. And I'm going to take the other half of the chuck roast, put that in there, and I'm going to put salt on there, and then pepper. Now I don't do a whole lot to the chuck roast. And right now I'm searing it. I'm going to get it browned on both sides. And I'll be back. Okay, we've got a really nice sear on that meat. Can you see it? Yeah. That's perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, about a cup and a half of water. I'm going to add a cup and a half of water to this. And see what I've got down here. It's in the refrigerator. Yep, there it is. I'm going to add just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce to this. Gives it a really nice flavor. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes. And carrots. And some onion. About half of this bag is going to go in there. There we go. Now that's a good mix. Can you see that? Yeah, that's a real good mix right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cover that. I'm going to turn that on low, and I'm going to cook that, well, not low. I'm going to turn it on kind of a medium low, like the number 4 dial on my electric stove, and it goes up to 10. So, and I'm going to cook that for about, actually about 2 hours, because if it was the whole roast, I'd have to do 3. And we'll be back. Now it's been a little while, so it's been probably an hour, so, or close to it. So I'm going to go ahead and take these vegetables out so they don't turn to mush. And I'm going to put them in a container for right now. get me a slotted spoon out. Yeah. Because they're all nice and tender already. So just set those aside. And we'll be back. Okay, now this has another hour to cook, and it looks like our water has kind of evaporated a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Yeah, I'm going to add about a cup of water more. And I'm going to throw a little bit of this Better Than Bouillon roasted beef base. About maybe half a teaspoon of it. Well, maybe a teaspoon. And just go ahead and put that in there too. And that'll give me a nice base for a really good gravy when this is all done. Go ahead and put the lid back on. Let that cook another hour. In the meantime, I'm letting the steam out of the Instapot so we can check on our taco meat. I'm going to grab a bowl. How that's yeah. That's about got all the steam out. I gotta wait for that little metal knob to go completely down. So I released the pressure and I took the lid off, and now we have our green chili meat in here. Let me turn this around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and shred up this meat because it's for tacos. And it's so tender, it just shreds real easy. Probably get me a fork just so I can kind of tear it away because it's so tender. Yeah, that's shredding right up. I like that. Oh, that good green chili flavor. Oh, I love it. That's what they call verde. So it's beef verde. Yummy. Okay, so I'm going to finish shredding this and I'll be back. Okay, I got that meat all shredded up and you can use it for tacos or burritos or any of that. So good. Well, I'm going to use my slotted spoon now and I'm going to scoop out the green chilies that are still in here in this water and add those to the meat because they'll continue to flavor the meat even after I refrigerate it or freeze it. And it's ready. It's ready to go on tacos or burritos. And you can add, you know, what I do is I add some cheddar cheese, and I like to put a little bit of lettuce and tomato in there, and oh, they make such good tacos, so good. I'll be back with once my pot roast is done. Okay, the time is up finally on our roast. I've been smelling it for the whole time. Oh, it smells amazing. So this is our pot roast. And what I want to do with that is I want to take it out and put it in a container. I'm going to put it in this container here because this is a freezer container. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, that looks so good. Woo! It's falling apart. It's so tender. Alright, so I'm going to put that in that container. And now we've got all this juice in the pot. And what I want to do is make a gravy. So I'm going to take about half a cup of water and a tablespoon of cornstarch. And I'm going to mix that together, get all the lumps out, make it nice and smooth. And then I'm going to turn my stove up so that this actually comes to a little boil. And I'll pour that in there in the pan, and I'm going to kind of scrape the bits as I stir. Oh, it's going to be so good. And that'll make a real nice gravy, and I'll just pour that gravy right into this pan that the container that I have the roast in. In the meantime, I'm going to take the vegetables that I already took out, and I'm going to put those in this container. And I'll mark them. And I'll be putting all this in the freezer, but I'll mark them on the lid. Oh, I want to taste this little piece of meat here. Oh my God, that's so good. Oh. I love me some pot roast. That's for sure. And that gravy's thickening up really quick. Turning my stove off. But of course, you know, an electric stove is going to keep going for a few minutes. Alright, that gravy is a perfect consistency. So now I'm going to pour that over the meat. So good. Now between this and the tacos, I should be eating pretty good this week. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the sink so it doesn't keep cooking on there. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. You're a good kisser, baby. This is Daisy and me signing off. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.